Hello, Capricorn. This is Denise with Modern Priscilla Tarot. If this is your first time here, welcome. And please go ahead and hit subscribe. It really helps me out, and that way you'll never miss anything. Today, I have the Everyday Witch Tarot spread out with my clear quartz. I like to open up readings with a deck and the clear quartz to get the energy flowing, really open it up. Now let's see what's going on for you, Capricorn. Let's see. All right, Capricorn. What is going on for Capricorn? We need to see what is going on with Capricorn. All right, awesome. Let's see. Messy shuffler, huh? All right, so let's take a look. I'm going to see what is going on with Capricorn. The way I do my spread is I put out 8 cards and I read left to right. Then I add 4 more as kind of a bridge onto the top to bottom row. So it'll end up being a 12-card reading. All right, so let's see what we've got. All right, let's take a look and see what's going on. All right, well, we start off with the 4 of Swords. This indicates that right now is probably a time for you to kind of reassess. Our 4 of Swords is all about kind of looking back at where you've been and deciding kind of where to go next. And it looks like something is coming up. So that might be what inspires the new situation, the new development, or you might be trying to start something new and trying to refocus. That is what our 4 of Swords is all about. Look at her there. She's trying to decide what to do. It leads right into the Fool, which is why I said this might have something to do with planning this type of new start. This is all about a new journey. It talks like anything is possible, like that feeling like, yes, you know, let's do this, that kind of a feeling. Next, we have our Wheel of Fortune. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is a really great card for good luck. You know, this is kind of like the lucky break card. Talks about unexpected money, things like that. And it also indicates short-term work sometimes. So if you work in some kind of project management or something like that, you know, or contract work, this would be a great card for you. Doesn't have to be short-term work, though. If that's not, you know, kind of what you're doing, don't take that as to mean that your work is short-term now. It is talking, though, about an upturn in fortune, and it talks about taking a chance. I have a feeling that all of this is connected. We run right into our King of Wands, and this tells me that this is going to be very successful for you. Our King of Wands is a great success card. It is the King of Wands. He is usually, you know, super in tune with what's going on. He's got great business aptitude. He's got energy, passion, great ideas. People love the King of Wands. So this is implying that, you know what, this is going to end up being something pretty good. So whether you've got an idea, whether this involves work, whatever it is, it could be in your relationship as well. I'm not seeing a bunch of cups, so I'm not seeing it being likely about love as much as I am about starting something new in another area of your life. So let's see what we've got on our bottom row. We have our 4 of Pentacles. This might be a time to kind of hold on to things. This might be a time to Be careful, especially like with your physical world type of things, you know, the things that we use in our daily life. So money, time, health, you know, it talks about being very protective and holding things tight. So again, this might be a time, you know, and if this is something that is work related, this would talk about saving your money and being really smart with your time that way. It could also indicate being careful. Your health might be something that you're wanting to be focusing on, and, you know, just being real careful. You know, whether this means, you know, kind of staying away from people, this means kind of, you know, passing on that invitation to do something socially distanced with your mask. You know, obviously with coronavirus, you know, we've got a lot of reasons to feel like the Four of Pentacles with our health. So keep an eye on that. And also, again, depending on what this might be, this new idea, if it is money related, this would be a time to hold on to your money. Okay. So next we have our Two of Wands. This looks like you're going to be doing some contemplating. You've got a thinking card here, and then we've got another thinking card. So this is kind of about planning your road or your path, whereas this thinking card is a little bit more about kind of weighing out, you know, choices in your head about what would be the best idea, path for me to grow. The Wands is a suit of, Wands is a suit of growth and effort. And this guy, he's looking at the globe there, but he's not thinking about the world. He's talking about his inner world. So again, thinking about, okay, you know, maybe you got things moving along. You've got some great new idea, or perhaps work related, or perhaps it's a personal growth thing. Either way, it's going well. Hold on to some of those resources, and then that's going to kind of leave you at a point where you're kind of thinking, all right, now what? You know, okay, what should I do next? Or what am I going to do with this new development? You know, what might have transpired through there. Then we've got our Seven of Swords. The suit of swords is a suit of thoughts and ideas. It can also involve truth and communication. The Seven is talking about feeling like something's kind of been left behind. This is a time for you to make sure that you've thought of everything. There might be something that you are missing, or have, you know, accidentally glazed over and or forgotten. So kind of take stock about what's going on and make sure that you haven't forgotten anything or left anything behind. It is more likely going to be about some kind of thoughts or ideas about things, making sure you've pulled it all in, do a little brainstorming. But also this could indicate is, you know, making sure that you've got everybody in the loop. Talk to the people you need to talk to. Don't leave people behind. Don't leave ideas behind. So again, it's about, you know, kind of doing a little bit of reflection, maybe some brainstorming, making sure you haven't forgotten anybody or anybody to communicate with, or any ideas that you might have had that would help you. Next, we have our Hierophant. The Hierophant talks about sticking to more of a traditional path. It talks about, you know, having that calm, kind of confident, knowing approach that, you know, this is all going to be playing out the way it's supposed to be. This is going, I'm in a good place. You know, it's again about having that kind of go with the flow, but also, you know, again, like I said, sticking to that traditional path. When you feel like you're getting off the path, or feel like you might not know, you know, where to go next, you might want to default to something that is more traditional. You know, if that's a work situation, clearly, you know, you can think about not going off into something that is different. This is not probably the time, you know, to announce something kind of off the wall or risky. It's about staying kind of there in that traditional mode. If it's not about work, though, again, this talks about getting back to your center, going with the flow, and getting into that that centeredness. That is your set point. That would be the traditional set point for you. And notice that these people in the Hierophant in this deck are doing some yoga and meditating there. So again, it's checking in with yourself and making sure that you're staying true to your path and that your traditional kind of thinking. All right. So that is really good. So let's put a bridge. I like to put a bridge to see kind of how all of this ties together. We've got some great things here, though, and real solid information with some action items and some, things to look out for. So let's just see what we've got. Okay. All right. So here on this side, our bridge is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is a go-getter. This is somebody who's got a lot of passion, a lot of fire, a lot of energy, and really wants to get things done. Look at this. We're talking here from the top. Do you remember? This is when you're kind of refocusing your objectives, saying, okay, where am I going with this? This is a thoughtful kind of planning card. Sorry, I think I bumped them up a little high. There we go. A thoughtful planning card. And then we've got our, hold it tight card. So this is saying right here that, yes, what it is that you your new thought about, whether it's work or whether it's about yourself, your personal growth, your relationship, it's saying, yes, whatever your plan is, go get it. Go get it. And one of the things, though, as you go get it, you're going to want to caution, or a word of caution, is, about holding on to your resources. So hold on to your resources. It's okay to go get it, but don't be frivolous. And again, if it's more about a personal growth thing, it means to be very protective over your time, over your energy, over your health, over your money, to continue to grow. All right, so our next level is the new opportunity at the new journey, taking those first steps, and then our contemplation card. And we have our Page of Wands as the bridge. The page, notice we have the Knight first. Well, the page comes before the Knight. So if you think about it in an order of progression and development, it would go Page, Knight, Queen, King for our court. The page is just as much part of the fire and the energy. This is pretty much, though, this is the action, and this is the, I'm getting this going. I'm feeling good. Let's get moving. I'm real excited. This is the go get it card, and this is the I'm about to go get it card. Does that make sense? So again, we've got our new opportunity, but there's something probably that's holding you back a bit, not necessarily in a bad way, but in a thoughtful, contemplative way. Remember, we've got a lot of thinking cards here in this first section. So this is talking about, yes, that energy is still there. That fire is still there. It's still looking good, but it's saying, all right, while you're sitting here, before you jump on your journey, make sure you've thought of everything. Remember what we have coming up. That was our card about making sure nothing's been left behind. Remember that? This is looking like it's tied in. Tied in for sure. All right, so here's our Wheel of Fortune and with our Seven of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune, just to give you a reminder, that was about our lucky break and things kind of going in the right direction. Could be about money or short-term work sometimes, but then don't leave something behind. We talked about that. Well, the bridge is the Hanged Man. We've got another thinking card, thinking. The Hanged Man is always looking and kind of contemplating himself, thinking about a different direction, noticing that there are more paths. This could be stemming off of some of this thinking that you've been doing. There are more paths. Don't leave those out. Be sure to be expanding your thinking and, not to be leaving something out, because there are other paths that you might be forgetting. Okay, and then over here, we've got our King of Wands and our Hierophant. And just to remind you, this one was about kind of like that go-get-it attitude, the I'm in charge of my life. Remember, we have our page, our knight, and now our king. The only thing we're missing is the queen. So you've got a lot of strong court cards, a lot of strong wands. So growth and effort, and you've got some really strong movement. Okay, so our king, you know, he's like the one, again, who is just really solid and grounded and got a lot of fire, energy, passion. People love the King of Wands. He knows what is up. And the Hierophant, this is about that traditional path, you know, not taking shortcuts. We don't want to take shortcuts. Here is our death card. Now, death is never about dying, so do not worry. It's actually kind of a positive card because it talks about closing a chapter and starting a new one. Starting in it, and again, the chapter is kind of something of consequence, so a bigger thing. So we're not talking about, oh, the TV show is over and now I'm watching another TV show. No, that's not a death moment. The death moment is, again, something of consequence ending and a new starting, new chapter. Well, wow, we want to, you know, the King of Wands, he's the one who gets it going. He's the one who's kind of like overseeing the success and wanting more. And then the Hierophant is the, let's make sure we're staying true to ourselves, to our center. What a great card to, I mean, great advice, I mean, to the King of Wands, you know, stay close to your center. And then we've got the new chapter. So I think you might be releasing some things that were holding you back, probably from all this thinking you're doing. This one stands out as something that you might really want to be thinking about, being cautious with your health, with your money, with your time, being sure to reserve enough for yourself. It could be simply about making sure you take breaks. Could also extend over to making sure you're not frivolously spending money. You know, and all those things in there, depending on what your situation is and what kinds of things are going on. But there is a lot of thinking going on. This is really telling me a lot about thinking. Again, though, we look like we're going to have some success. So if you're working on something, you might be thinking, yeah, I know exactly what that is. If you're thinking, oh, I don't know what that is, it's going to be coming up for you. So the thinking process, think about, be the hanged man. What am I missing? What am I forgetting? Don't leave things behind. Don't leave ideas behind. Don't leave communication behind. That could be part of it as well. So, wow, this looks really good, Capricorn. How exciting. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like and also comment in the comments. I'd love to hear your situation, how things are going, and what you thought of this reading. So please drop a comment, hit subscribe, and make sure to come see me again for another Zodiac reading. Take care. Have a great day.